y'all? It's your girl, Jatrissa Shanice, and welcome to JSWTV, home of a bunch of content. And on today's episode of Limelight, we talk to author, elder, and motivational speaker Marwood Strong about being a star athlete to being poisoned and how he overcame it all. You don't want to miss it. First of all, thank you, Mara, for being here with us.
Thank you.
I appreciate that. And so we have been talking for the last couple of months, and you've been telling me all about your life. I was super intrigued. So just tell the folks a little bit about your upbringing and who you are, who is behind the Strong brand.
Okay, well, I come from Muncie, Indiana. I was born in a low income, low poverty lifestyle. My mother had 8 children. Strong mother, all by herself. Growing up at an early age, we didn't have much. We didn't have a lot of things that other privileged kids have. My daddy, when he grew up, he had drug problems, left me at the age of 5 years old. The great thing about my mom, she was a strong individual. She had to go do what she had to do. So myself, growing up at an early age, I always was a very vibrant person, exciting person. I really looked poverty like stricken me. So I always had an outlet, and that was basketball. Going to the multi-community center back in Muncie, Indiana. So them four walls, that corner, that basketball, it got me away from reality. So growing up, I was always a vibrant kid. I didn't really know I was poor until I got a little older. So I understand the dynamic, how the lights being cut off, no water in the house, roaches, mice. I done seen people die, prostitution, stings. I done seen all of it growing up. A lot of my friends, which I love dearly, some that I lost to the drug game, some I lost to violent crimes and whatnot, and I love them, and I miss them so much. So growing up, I always had that type of leadership, type of personality. I always was my own person.
One of your outlets was basketball.
Yes.
And as I was saying, we have spoken before. So you went to UMass. Were you playing basketball in UMass, or how did that kind of happen?
Well, the thing about UMass came about, I always played AU basketball growing up. I always was a person, I was real good. I played with the best of the best. So I always had this mentality growing up when I was young. Yes, I played basketball, but I also was a product of my environment. So I sold drugs too. Being a poverty environment, sold drugs. Did a lot with the weed man around Muncie, Indiana. So I did what I did with the player. Had a lot of women.
I didn't know any of these things.
Just driving, just doing what I do. Just being a little small kid, very managed little boy growing up. So I had a thing where I played basketball, and also I was in the drug game. So one day out, about 1997, 1998. I had to run like MVPs all over the basketball, and I just basically playing. Played with my good friend Bonzi Wells, Chandler Thompson, Jay Edwards, IU, standout. Bonzi Wells spent 10 years in the league, in the NBA. Chandler Thompson, spent like about 10 or 12 years overseas.
So you were good.
Yeah, I was good. Yeah, I wasn't just no good. A lot of people say they good.
Mm-hmm.
In 1998, Strong was on the road of being recruited to the Charlotte Hornets until the unthinkable happened.
And I'm going to a party, celebrating, out drinking, and drinking my Hennessy and smoking my marijuana, doing the young man do.
Right.
But a lot of people think they're invincible, So what happens? Some guys poison me. And I'm spending 2 years in the hospital. Almost lost my life. Had a trach in my neck. Told my mom and my father, and brought the family in there to say your last goodbyes to him. Was in a coma for a whole month.
Wow.
And God brought me back. He brought me back from death doors.
So they slipped something in
Yeah,
your drink?
yeah, slip iodine in my drink.
Wow.
Yeah.
Unable to walk or talk, the star athlete fought to rebuild his life.
I did everything like a newborn baby.
A number of surgeries and occupational therapy sessions left Strong vowing to become a better man.
And I said, God, you know what? You healed me. I'll serve you all the days of my life. I just want to be healed. I promise God, I will never in my life go back in the streets. And I haven't drunk or smoked in 23 years of my life.
Wow, well, congratulations.
Yeah, thank you.
That's amazing. And
yeah.
thank God you're still here
Amen.
talking to us.
Amen.
Making a full recovery after 2 years in the hospital, Strong received a full scholarship and took his talents from Muncie, Indiana to Boston, Massachusetts.
So I guess out January 11th, okay? That June, I had to fly down to UMass Boston to try for basketball.
And that's what I was going to ask you. So you actually played basketball after the whole hospital
At the whole hospital.
situation?
Yes.
Were you good?
Yeah, still good.
That's what they say.
Still good. Still good.
Okay, perfect. And so you played basketball throughout your whole college career?
No, what happened, I had to come home and come back and take care of my son.
Okay.
Come back for my kids.
A college dropout at the age of 23, Strong made yet another leap with the push of his beloved mother, Martha Strong.
I told the pastor, I said, man, Pastor, I'm ready. He said, you want to be saved? I said, yeah. I want to change my life. I'm getting tired of chasing these women. I'm getting tired of drinking and smoking, being out all night long. I'm just tired.
The Indiana native says he took the teachings of his pastor, the motivation from his mother, and the inspiration from his former coach to set out on a new journey.
Moving along or fast forwarding, so let's talk a little bit about your book.
Oh,
Okay, so you are an author, if you guys did not know that. He is an author, and he has a book called Back from the Shadow of Death.
yes.
And so talk a little bit about that. I mean, is the book based around your life story and just your upbringing? What is it about? What can we find?
Well, the main thing, when my mother got sick, she got sick, and I be always emotional when I talk about that. You know, I always want to write a book. You know, and my mother's the one that really inspired me to write the book years before this book. About 13 years I've been working with this book. And she said, Mom, you know, I think you need to really write a book about your life. All the stuff you've been through, you know, you can help a young kid, you can help young people around the world. You always speak to people around the world. You got your own enough movement. You know, you speak to kids in the streets. You got your own fight against drug violence. You do annual meetings. You do candlelight vigils for people that have died. You preach funerals. Write a book. You always involved in the community. You do so many things in the community. Say, write a book about it.
So how many chapters are we talking?
19 chapters.
19.
Yeah.
And so you wrote all 19.
All 19.
Wow. And so, I mean, I feel like, what are some of the peaks, without telling us like the whole story, right? Like, what are some of the peaks in the book?
Well, I'll tell you one peak is about my, I'll tell you, I'll give you a glimpse.
Mm-hmm.
At 9 years old, I helped rob an ice cream man.
You
At
did
9
what?
I helped rob an ice cream man at 9 years old. At 9 years old.
At 9?
At 9 years old.
What are you doing robbing an ice cream man at 9?
Product of my environment, I was hungry.
You know
You
what?
know.
For ice cream?
For some ice cream.
Okay.
Well, majority of all my friends have money.
Mm-hmm.
You know, every time you go swimming, they had, you know, their mom or their father, they had $5 or $6 more to go to a convenience store, you know, and doing those type of things. I didn't have those privileges. I didn't have, you know, I was a real good stealer. You know, I go to the store, I steal some candy bars from my sister. Hey, I'm just keeping it real, you know.
Look, I don't know that's funny.
But I did.
Don't steal.
Yeah,
Don't
yeah.
steal.
Hey, no, do not steal. And do not steal.
After the passing of his mother, Strong completed his book and now is on a book tour hitting cities like Miami and Maryland.
I'll be having a real big interview with Nick Cannon's manager.
Nick Cannon?
Yeah.
For what?
Well, let people know around the world that I've been trying everything to have him be a character in this upcoming movie about my book. So I got to meet with them Tuesday. So whoever you are, pray for me that is having Nick Cannon. I hope you see this video, please. We have a meeting with them, and we want to do some stuff on radio stations. Radio station 106, pound 106, which is the station.
So wait, okay, so you guys are now trying to take your book and make it into a film?
No, it's going to be.
Oh, it's going to be a
Yeah,
film, so we already know for sure.
Yeah, it's going to be. Blue House Films. They're well known all around the world. They got a whole lot of awards. So shout out to Blue House Films. You know, shout out.
That is
Yeah.
super exciting.
Yeah.
So how did you decide that you wanted Nick Cannon to play yourself?
Well, you know, Nick Cannon, I want you to hear this. I'm a big fan of Nick Cannon. You know, and growing up, I always was told that him and I looked alike. We always looked alike. You know, had a bald face, had the same physique. You know, always real goofy and but more business oriented as well. So I always was told like for different people like you like. So I always, you know, watched him and you know and seen him in Drumline and all the stuff that he's doing from a business standpoint.
So you feel like he can really embody?
I'm talking about identically. You know, he's like a whole everything about him. You know?
I like Nick Cannon. He's a good choice. So that's perfect.
Yeah. So I've been praying and.
Well, we know where your prayers get you.
Oh yeah, girl.
There you go.
So I just I really you know a great choice, and also they said my brother, which is a real big deal in the book. We trying to have Omar Epps to play him because they say he looked like my brother Steve.
Really?
Yeah. So we trying. I'm trying everything I can. And like I said, you know, like I said, the Bible said your gift will make room for you and bring you for great men. So I believe I'm a great man, you know. So, hey, you know, so.
And not only that, you have a story to tell, and I feel like your story is filled with so many motivating messages. So that's also really, really important.
And especially in today's world.
Yeah.
Especially, you know, no matter what creed, what gender you are, no matter what color that you are, everybody deals with something.
Absolutely.
You know, some things openly, some things behind the scenes, but everybody deals with something. And I think my book can infiltrate. If you look at the word back from the shadow of death, you could be back from the shadow of death for anything. You know, so I just and my mother's the one that named the book too.
Did she?
Yeah.
Mama Strong. Yes, I love that.
She said, "You're gonna call it back from South Death." So everything I'm saying is I got it. That's why the book is dedicated to my mom.
I love that.
Yeah, everything.
I just had like a little chill.
Yeah, and her favorite scripture is Psalms 23. So they got they got the same. It all geared to Psalms 23. The whole book. My life. It's get the book. Get the book.
You have to get the book. I'm gonna get the book.
Yeah.
I didn't even send me the book. He didn't send me the book yet.
I gotta
guys.
get her book.
Exactly, and I will give you guys a personal review of the book.
And that's my word. Now I said on camera.
I will do it. I'll do it. I promise you. I promise you.
I mean, I'm excited. You know.
I'm excited for you.
Yeah.
I really am. And so we got what? The elder down, author down. Okay. What else? I mean, now you're saying the public speaking too. So I mean, do you have any engagements coming up, maybe?
I got a couple. I got some back at home. I got one in Texas.
Nice.
I just had one. I did a speaking engagement for kids that was on probation, for juveniles on probation. I did that a couple weeks ago.
That was going to be my next question. Like, what do you talk about? Is it like a different type of session every time, or are we talking about like the same thing?
It's all different.
Yeah, just depending on like the demographic and the audience.
Yeah, the feel of what it is. You know, I've talked to doctors. I done talked to.
What you tell the doctor?
Well, the doctor got to know what's happening with the opiate products and everything, addictions and all that stuff.
That is
So
true.
who else know more about addiction than me? You know,
That is
I've
true.
seen it,
Yeah.
experienced it. You know, so only doctors know what books tells you. You know?
Let me ask you this, right? As a motivational speaker, how do you find the strength and the courage to talk about so many personal things, so many internal things that you can be judged for? How are you able to just speak about those things so freely with no problem?
Because I'm free. I'm free.
Okay. Where can people find you? First of all, where can they get your book?
Okay.
And then where can they find you if they, just want to reach out to you, maybe if they hit a heart or string?
Okay. Well, the first thing you can buy my book on Amazon, Barnes & Noble, Book of the Millions. It's on all those sites. I also have a website, www.marvinstrong.com, where I do speaking engagements. You could do workshops. or you can send messages to me, and I always make sure I reply to them. If you want to buy anything, you can see me on www.marwoodstrong30@gmail.com. So I always check my emails all the time. So if you want to reach out any of those counterparts, you got a job, you got anything you guys would like to come speak about, hey, call me. I'm here. I'm here at your service.
There you go. And before we go, since he keeps talking about this book, have you got any reviews from the book?
Yes, I got. Hey, look,
be honest too.
Be honest. Go to Amazon first. Look at the reviews. Yo, I get 1, 2, 3. I got 5 stars.
Yeah, but are these from people that you know?
No.
Okay. See, because I was about to get them if it was family and friends. That just doesn't count.
Nah, they're from people all over the world. I think I'm at like 78, 100 now. I check them all the time. I don't know what's in there.
Oh, there's so many I can't keep count.
They 5 out of 5, so that's all. I got an A.
Perfect. And I mean, do you see any more books in your future?
Well, I do. I've been working on my second book, Bathroom Shots there too. I have another book about men I've been working on, how to become a better man. I ain't gonna tell you the title yet, but it's for young men, relationship-wise and those type of things, how to become gentlemen instead of the thug culture. They need to turn around and go back to the roots and become men and be great men to these women out here in this world.
Perfect. Well, again, I thank you so much for meeting with me here in Atlanta. I love that, and so we're definitely going to keep in contact. I'm going to get my book. I'm going to get my copy. I'm going to read it. I'm going to give you guys a review and tell you my honest opinion. Okay. But I think it'll be good. Okay? Because Marvin's making it seem like it's going to be real good.
All right,
so we're going to see.
It's a tearjerker. I'm telling you. So thank you.
So much. It has been a pleasure. Perfect. Thank you. And you guys know where to find me on JSWTV. Until then, take care. Ciao.